Hello everyone, I am K. Devavani, Assistant Professor of Microbiology from Government Degree College for Women, Nalgonda. This is in continuation of the previous video, that is cells of the immune system. In this video, I am going to present on exclusively about the cells of the lymphoid lineage, that includes T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes and natural killer cells. Briefing about the previous video, the contents: hematopoiesis and the cells of myeloid lineage. As explained earlier, the immune response in an immune system involves the coordination of many cells which are the part of innate immunity and the adaptive immune response. The hematopoiesis is a process of origin of blood cells from a hematopoietic stem cell. Stem cells have the self-renewal ability. Some of the hematopoietic stem cells, they lose the self-renewal ability and they become progenitor cells. Generally, they are common myeloid progenitor cells and the common lymphoid progenitor cells. The myeloid progenitor cells, it gives rise to the cells of erythroid lineage and myeloid lineage, which include the cells of erythrocytes, megakaryocytes, mast cells and the granulocytes like basophils, neutrophils, eosinophils, a granulocyte, that is a monocyte, and this again differentiated into macrophages and dendritic cells. These are all the cells that are derived from a myeloid progenitor cell. But when it comes to the another progenitor cell, that is a common lymphoid progenitor, from which the cells produced include the lymphocytes. These lymphocytes are again categorized based on their function and their surface markers into T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. Another one is a natural killer cells. They are also called as large granular lymphocytic cells. In this video, I will explain about the lymphocytes and the natural killer cells. The cells that are derived from the lymphoid progenitor cells are the lymphocytes, which is a lymphoblast, and these lymphocytes, they are categorized into B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes and natural killer cells. Lymphocytes are the like a patrolling police. They circulate in the lymph, blood and lymphatic organs to find and to interact with an antigen. They are the major cells involved in the adaptive immune response, that is a specific immune response. Lymphocytes, they constitute about 20 to 40% of circulating WBC and they occupy nearly 99% in the lymph. In humans, nearly 10 power 12 lymphocytes or approximately trillion lymphocytes circulate continuously through blood and lymph. The structure of lymphocytes, they are small round cells found in the blood, lymphoid organs and in the tissues. Based on the lifespan, the lymphocytes are classified as short-lived and long-lived lymphocytes. In humans, the short-lived lymphocytes have a lifespan of about 2 weeks, while the long-lived cells, they may last for 3 years. Depending upon the lifespan, the lymphocytes are short-lived and long-lived. Short-lived have the lifespan of 2 weeks, and whereas the long-lived cells, they live about many years, even for life. Generally, they are the memory cells. Lymphocytes complete one cycle of recirculation in about 1 or 2 days. The meaning for recirculation means lymphocytes, they do not remain distinct and they mix together in a process called lymphocyte recirculation. Production of lymphocytes. The lymphopoiesis takes place in the central lymphoid organs. In the central lymphoid organs, they differentiate and mature before entering into the peripheral lymphoid organs and tissues. All these populations of lymphocytes, they mix together in a process called as a lymphocyte recirculation. So lymphocyte completes one cycle of recirculation in about 1 or 2 days. The recirculating lymphocytes are mainly T cells. Functions of lymphocytes. Both T and B lymphocytes are important in generating an adaptive immune response. Lymphocytes, they become educated in the central lymphoid organs. There are two types of organs, central lymphoid organs and peripheral lymphoid organs, where the education, they become maturate and gain the antigenic recognition capability in the central lymphoid organs. They become educated in the central lymphoid organs and becomes immunologically competent cells in the mature T and B cells. The T and B cells, before encountering an antigen, they are called as the naive cells. Naive means they have not encountered an antigen. The cells have not encountered an antigen are called as naive cells. Lymphocytes express many surface proteins. They are often referred as CD. CD refers to the cluster of differentiation. This cluster of differentiation was the name established in 1982 by international group of investigators to denote the proteins in response to the monoclonal antibody. Lymphocytes or the immune cells, they express this kind of surface proteins which are called as a cluster of differentiation or a cluster of designation. Naive lymphocytes, they are now ready to, after become educated in the central lymphoid organs, now they are ready to recognize an antigen, encounter an antigen. These lymphocytes, when they come in contact with the antigen, they induce to proliferate and differentiate into effector cells and memory cells. Effector cells, they carry out the functions, specific functions against the antigen. Memory cells, they persist in the host and they retain the memory of the antigen. So this is about the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, they constitute about 20 to 40% and 99% in the lymph. On the basis of function and the surface marker, they are classified into B cells and T cells, natural killer cells. Depending upon lifespan, they are short-lived and long-lived. And lymphocytic recirculation will be completed in 1 or 2 days. That means the populations of lymphocytes, they do not remain distinct but they mix together. That process is called as a lymphocyte recirculation. The function of this recirculation is the recirculation of lymphocytes. It ensures the following introduction of an antigen into any part of the body, and they can mount an immune response as they are wandering throughout the lymph and lymphatic organs, blood and tissues. They are ready to mount an immune response at any part of the body. T cells and B cells, before an antigenic encounter, they are called as naive cells, and these naive cells, after an antigenic contact, they become into effector cells and memory cells. The effector cells, they involve in the antigen specific functions, they involve in the specific functions against the antigen, and the memory cells, they persist in the host for many days in the host. Now moving on to the T lymphocytes. T cells, as they derived the name, T refers to thymus derived lymphocytes. They derived from the site of maturation, that is in the thymus. They express the antigen binding receptor, that is called as a TCR. This is a TCR, means a T cell receptor. All the T cells, they possess the receptor which is specific in binding to the antigen. TCR, it recognizes only the processed pieces of antigen. It cannot bind to the free antigen. It can bind to the antigen that is complexed with the MHC molecules. MHC, what are MHC molecules means? MHC molecules are diverse glycoproteins present on the cell membranes. MHC molecules are again two types. They are class 1 and class 2. The class 1 MHC molecules are expressed by all the nucleated cells, but whereas the class 2 MHC molecules are expressed by the antigen presenting cells. As explained in the previous video, the antigen presenting cells include the macrophages, dendritic cells and B cells, and also by the other cells during the inflammation. Cell maturation, T cell precursors from the yolk sac, fetal liver and bone marrow, they migrate to the thymus during the embryonic stage and they become educated in the thymus and they enter into the circulation and seeded in the secondary lymphoid organs. Based on the surface markers, the T cells are two types. Majorly are two types, TH cells and TC cells. TH cells, H refers to helper cells, C refers to cytotoxic cells. TH cells, they display CD4 marker. This CD4 marker, it recognizes MHC2. Whereas the TC cells, they display the CD8 marker that recognizes an antigen with the MHC1. As explained, MHC1 is present and it is expressed by all the nucleated cells of the vertebrates, whereas MHC class 2 molecules are expressed by the antigen presenting cells. The ratio of CD4 to CD8 is 2:1. The CD4 cells to CD8 cells is 2:1. The change in this ratio is an indicator of immunodeficiency diseases. If the ratio is changed, then that is an indication of immunodeficiency diseases such as in cases of HIV and certain autoimmune disorders. The TH cells, they display CD4 marker. The TH cells, after binding to an antigenic peptide with the MHC2, they become activated and they become proliferate and differentiated into variety of effector cells subsets. They are TH1, TH2, TH17 and TFH cells. There is another category of T cells, that is a T regulatory cells. So all these subsets of T cells will be produced after the activation of T cells by binding to the peptide with the MHC2 molecules. So the TH cells, the effector T cell subsets include TH1 and the TH2. TH1, it produces cytokines that includes IFN and IL-2 that activate macrophages and T cells, and it promotes cell-mediated immune response that destructs the target cells. This TH1 is effective against the intracellular pathogens. And the another subset is TH2. It produces cytokines like interleukin 4, 5 and 6. It stimulates the B cells to form antibodies. So it is effective against the extracellular pathogens. The TH1 cells, they produce cytokines like interferon, gamma and IL-2. They activate the T cells and macrophages and have a role in the cell-mediated immune response and destruct the target cells. mainly effective against the intracellular pathogens. The intracellular pathogens are those pathogens which resides only in the cells, and the Th2 set of Th cells, they regulate the immune response and they secrete the cytokines of IL-4, 5 and 6. It stimulates B cells into to form antibodies, so it is effective against the extracellular pathogens. The another subsets of Th population include Th17. Th17 it secretes cytokines interleukin 17 which promotes inflammation and have a role in autoimmune disorders like systemic lupus erythematosus and rheumatoid arthritis and cancer. When it produces cytokine of IL-17, that's why it is called as Th17, and this has a major role in the inflammation and in the autoimmune disorders like SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus and rheumatoid arthritis and the cancer. Another subset of Th population includes Treg cells. The reg means regulator. They are also called as TS cells. TS means suppressor cells. These regulatory cells, they secrete a cytokine, that is a tumor growth factor beta. It regulates the immune response. It has a unique property that it inhibits the immune response. It regulates the immune response here means it inhibits the immune response from becoming overreactive, and it has a major role in the tolerance of self-reactive cells, immunological tolerance of the self-reactive cells, and also extensively studied in the treatment of cancer. T regulatory cells are also extensively studied in treatment of cancer. Next, cells include TC cells. The TC refers to cytotoxic cells. They display the CD8 plus marker on their surface. The CD8 cells, once they become activated and they become CTLs, that means cytotoxic lymphocytes. These cells, they monitor the cells of the body and they eliminate the cells that display foreign antigen. And these TC cells, they bind to the antigenic peptides which are complexed with the MHC1. Once again, the T cells, they are based on this surface expression. They are TH cells and TC cells. TH cells are again after activation and they produce a variety of effector T subsets, T cell subsets. They are called as TH1, TH2, TH17 and Treg cells. TH1, it is effective against the intracellular pathogens and secrete the cytokines of interferon gamma and IL-2 and promotes the cell-mediated immune response. Whereas TH2, it is effective against the extracellular pathogens and it secretes the cytokines of interleukin 4, 5 and 6 and it stimulates the B cells to form antibodies. Whereas name in self indicates the 17, TH17, it is IL-17, it produces IL-17, it promotes the inflammation and certain autoimmune disorders. And the another subset of TH cells include Treg cells or TS cells. They have the unique property of inhibiting the immune response from being overreactive and it is extensively studied in the treatment of cancer. Another cells are TC cells. They get activated after binding to the peptide which is complexed with MHC1 into CTLs, that is cytotoxic lymphocytes. These cytotoxic lymphocytes, they monitor the cells of the body and they destroy the cells that display the foreign antigens. Now moving on to the activation of CD4 T cells and CD8 T cells. The CD4 T cells, here it is a dendritic cell or a macrophage which can act as an antigen presenting immune cell. The antigen presenting immune cell after capturing the antigen that is processed into the peptides, small fragments, and that is complexed with the MHC2 that is present on their surface. CD4 T helper cells, they have a receptor on its surface, that is a T cell receptor. They display the marker that is a CD4. So CD4 T H cells, they bind to the MHC2 that is complexed with the antigen. The T cell binds to the MHC2 antigen complex and gets activated. That activated helper T cell, it releases cytokines. Now these cytokines, in response to these cytokines, the activated TH cells, they produce clones of it. And the cytokines also, they stimulate the B cells to secrete antibodies, and also they activate the CD8 T cells to bind to the antigen that is complexed with the MHC1, and finally lead to the destruction of the antigen. All these cloned T cells, CD8 T cells, B cells, and the cytokines also activate the other cells of the immune system like macrophages and neutrophils. So all these will get activated and finally destroy the pathogen. CD8 T cells, they kill the cells which display the foreign antigen that is complexed with the MHC1. Particularly viral infected cells and malignant cells, they express the foreign antigens. They are recognized by these CTLs. T cells, they bind to the cell, infected cell, which forms a complex with the MHC1. It also releases many cytokines, and they include certain enzymes like granzymes and perforins. These perforins, they form the pores in the plasma membranes of these infected cell, so that these granzymes, they enter into the cell through this perforated membrane. They break down the proteins that are present in the cell, and finally it lyses the cell. Cytotoxic, it kills the cell. So that's why they are called as cytotoxic cells. Toxic, they are toxic to the cells. CTLs means cytotoxic lymphocytes. So this is about the activation of T cells of CD4 type and CD8 T cells. Next, another important cell in the specific immunity is B lymphocytes. The B lymphocyte precursors, they are called as pro B cells that are originated from the stem cells. They are the precursors of the B lymphocytes. They are called as pro B cells. They develop in the fetal liver during embryonic life, later in the bone marrow, throughout the life. These pro B cells, they become pre B cells, and these pre B cells, they synthesize IgM. They start synthesizing IgM. IgM is now it is expressed on the B cells, then they are called as immature B cells. The pro B cells, they will be changed to pre B cells, which are able to synthesize the IgM in the cytoplasm. Next, this IgM will be expressed on the surface of the B cells, then they are called as immature B cells. That means they have IgM on their surface. Now these cells, they migrate into the periphery and now undergo isotype switching. Isotype switching, the B cell also express IgD on its surface along with the IgM. In the isotype switching, the B cells now are able to express IgD on its surface along with the IgM. Then that becomes a naive B cell. This naive B cell, or the cell which have not come in contact with the antigen. After binding to an antigen, these naive B cells, they become mature B cells, and they undergo proliferation and differentiation into effector B cells and memory cells. These effector B cells now will be transformed into plasma cells, which can synthesize the antibody specific to its epitope that leads to an immune response. The plasma cells or the antibody secreting cells, they are oval and they do not divide further. Plasma cells, they lose the expression of surface immunoglobulin. Plasma cells, they do not express any surface immunoglobulins, and thousands of antibodies will be secreted by a plasma cell a second, and they appear in like a cartwheel because centrally placed nucleus, the cytoplasm, it contains a central nucleus, and large blocks of chromatin will be extended to the periphery, so they appear like a cartwheel. The cytoplasm in the plasma cell is large and it contains endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and it is termed to be a factory of immunoglobulin production. So plasma cells are the end cells and they have a short lifespan of 2 to 3 days. Plasma cell, it makes an antibody of single specificity of single class. Class means either IgG, IgM, IgE, IgA, and allotype, and the light chain, single light chain, either kappa or lambda. So plasma cell make an antibody of single specificity of either the single light chain and the single immunoglobulin class. Immune response means when the host has come in contact with the antigen for the first time, then that response is called primary immune response. In the primary immune response, the plasma cell produce IgM initially and later it will be switched to IgG production. The other kind of cells that are produced are memory cells. These memory cells, they express all isotypes, including all means IgG, M, D, A, and E, compared to naive B cells, where the naive B cells, they express only IgM and D, but memory B cell, it express the all classes of immunoglobulin, that is 5 classes will be expressed. And memory cells are long lived. They have a memory that can recognize the antigen when the same antigen is encountered for the second time. Again, B means it is the lymphocytes. They derived the name from the site of maturation, that is bursa of Fabricus in birds and the bone marrow in mammals. The precursors of B lymphocytes, which are called as pro B cells, that are produced from the stem cells and which later they develop into some pre B cells which are able to synthesize cytoplasmic IgM, and this IgM will be expressed on their surface, then they are called as immature B cell. The immature B cell now are able to express the IgM. The immature B cells, which are having the membrane bound immunoglobulin, migrate to the periphery and they undergo isotype switching. Instead of IgM, now the cell express IgD and other classes of Ig. By reassortment of immunoglobulin genes, B cells develop capacity to produce immunoglobulins, that means which can react with the all possible epitopes, and on contact with the appropriate antigen, the mature B cells, they undergo clonal proliferation. The mature B cells are now able to produce immunoglobulins of all possible epitopes. So on contact with the antigen, the mature B cell undergoes clonal proliferation and produce effector B cells and memory B cells. Plasma cells, effector B cells will be transformed into plasma cells which can secrete antibodies, which are also called as a factory of antibody production, and they are the end cells. Next one is identification of T cells and B cells. Here T cells and B cells are identified by their surface markers. T cell, which has surface markers that display are either CD4 or CD8, and that is a T cell receptor, which is called TCR, T cell receptor. And another important markers include CD28. CD28 is a receptor for B7 family presented onto the B cell surface, and the CD45, that CD45 here acts as a signal transduction molecule. The important cell surface markers are CD4, CD8 and TCR and CD28. Though there are other markers, but they are very important in recognizing the T lymphocytes. The surface markers on the B cell include the immunoglobulin, that is a immunoglobulin receptor, and contains CD40, which interacts with the CD40 ligand that is present on the T cells. B cells also serve as an antigen presenting cells, so they express the MHC class II molecule on its surface. And B cells, they can also bind to the complement, so they have the receptors for the complement, CR1, complement receptor 1, this is termed as CD35. Another one is CR2, that is a complement receptor 2, and that is a CD21. B7, that is required for the stimulation of B cells and for the secretion of the antibodies. So these are the major markers that are present on the B cells. And here B cells versus T cells, markers that are present in the B cells, which include CD40 and CD22, CD20, CD19. They have different functions. Have the markers of CD40, CD19, CD22 and CD20, each have a specific function. And T cells, here the T cells are again TH cells and TC cells. Only the difference here it is in the CD4 and CD8. The remaining markers are all same, like TCR and CD28, CD2, 3, and this is a lymphocyte functional associated antigen. LFA means lymphocyte functional associated antigen 1. So all these markers are same for TH cells and TC cells except CD4 and CD8. TH cells, they display CD4 marker, whereas TC cells display CD8 marker. That is only the difference between the TH and TC cells. These are the surface markers that are present on the B cells and T cells. Moving on to the null cells. Null cells are large granular lymphocytes. They are about 5 to 10% of the cells. These cells, they do not have any features of either T cells or B cells. That's why they are called as null cells. Large granular lymphocytes, because they are named, they are having the double the size of the lymphocytes, so they are in large shape. That's why they are called as a large granular lymphocyte. And these contain granules, they are called as erythrophilic granules. And cytoplasm contains all the organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. There are types of null cells. They are called as NK cells, natural killer cells. And another one is ADCC, that means antibody dependent cytotoxic cells. Another one is LAK cells, lymphokine activated killer cells. Many of the times NK cells are used as a common name for the null cells. Natural killer cells are natural. They are non-immune, that means they do not require any sensitization by an antigenic contact. So they form a part of the innate immunity, and these natural killer cells, they display CD16 and CD56 on their surface. These natural killer cells, they can distinguish the normal and abnormal cells by recognizing the absence of MHC class 1. Abnormal cells, they do not express MHC class 1. Generally that is expressed by all the normal cells. Based on that feature, natural killer cells, they recognize the target cells which are glycoprotein receptors present on them, and they release the certain cytolytic factors. The important cytotoxic factor here, it is perforins. Perforin is resembled to that of C9, which is a complement protein. The C9 function is forming a pores on the membranes. So these perforin also form pores through which the factors, cytotoxic factors, tumor necrosis factor B, and they all enter into the cell and destroy the cell by means of an apoptosis. Apoptosis is a programmed cell death. NK cells secrete the cytolytic factors perforins, and the other ones include interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha. These interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor alpha, they enhance the T cells and macrophages and dendritic cells. Natural killer cells, they are enhanced by interferons. So these natural killer cells, they provide natural defense against the viral infected cells and the cancer cells, tumor cells. Natural killer cells are also found in the placenta. Natural killer cells are also found in the placenta and gives protection against the diseases during pregnancy. The second category of cells are ADCC, that is antibody dependent cytotoxic cells. They possess the surface receptors for the Fc part of immunoglobulin. That means they are able to lyse or kill the target cells which are already sensitized with the immunoglobulin antibodies. So this is an antibody dependent toxicity. They differ from the cytotoxic lymphocytes. The cytotoxic lymphocytes, they do not require antibody to kill a cell and to lyse the target cell, but whereas antibody dependent cytotoxic cells, they require antibody to lyse or to kill the target cell. That is the difference between the ADCC and cytotoxic lymphocytes. Another category of null cells are lymphokine activated killer cells. The lymphokine activated killer cells, they require IL-2 for their activity, and they are cytotoxic majorly to the tumor cells. And here the IL-2 serves as a growth factor for these natural killer cells. That's why they are called as lymphokine activated killer cells. They get activated by requiring a lymphokine, that is IL-2. So lymphokine activated killer cells. Null cells. Null cells are natural and mostly provide protection against the viral infected cells and malignant cells, and there are three categories: natural killer cells and antibody dependent cytotoxic cells and lymphokine activated cells. Natural killer cells, they do not require any kind of activation. Generally they are enhanced by the interferons, and they do not dependent on the antibodies, and they are not MHC restricted. That's why they are called as a natural killer cells. But whereas ADCC cells, they require the surface receptors for the Fc part of immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin has two parts, that is FAB and FC. So the antigen that is already sensitized by the antibody now are required for this activity of ADCC. And for the activity of lymphokine activated killer cells, they require the interleukin 2, and they majorly provide protection against the malignant cells and viral infected cells. All the cells of the immune system: myeloid lineage and lymphoid lineage. In the lymphoid lineage, T cells, B cells and the null cells. The important points in this topic of cells of immune system is what are they means. They are granulocytes, which are again eosinophils, basophils and neutrophils, and the monocytes or the macrophages. Monocytes, the cells, they are present in the blood, and the macrophages. When these monocytes they migrate into the tissues, they will be differentiated into macrophages. And the T cells and B cells, identification of T cells and the surface markers. T cells here, TH cells and TC cells. TH cells they display CD4 marker, TC cells they display CD8 marker. TH cells again TH1, TH2 and Treg cells and TH17 cells. Whereas B cells here effector B cells and plasma cells, which will be converted into plasma cells and memory cells. Natural killer cells, generally natural killer cells or the null cells. Natural killer cell is the term that is commonly used for all the null cells. So null cells or LGLs, which are again 3 types, and the mast cells, this is also it's also similar to that of basophil and share the features of basophil present in the tissues. And phagocytic cells, the phagocytic cells here, the major phagocytic cells are the macrophages and the neutrophils. And antigen presenting cells, another the phagocytic cells here, they act as antigen presenting cells. They are dendritic cells, macrophages and B cells. So with this I conclude this topic, that is on the cells of immune system. Thank you for watching this video.